Hello. Today on this fine Tuesday evening, it's 6:07 p.m. and I am excited to talk to you about how to get your dream job. I have some tips for you. So, you know what, and you can apply some of this on how to get new clients as well. It really falls into the category of getting a job, but you can apply some of these strategies, like I said. Wink, wink. Okay. So I have been so lucky that I have not had to do a lot of recruiting lately. One client, and then I offered to do some recruiting for DuPont Registry today for a salesperson because I have a vested interest in this person. I have somebody in my mind, so I decided to take on that task today, and I did a few interviews this morning. So I loved going back and watching some previous tips that I had and how talking about this kind of thing gets me all jazzed up because I can't believe sometimes what shows up when trying to get a job. So let's go through the process because I'm still fascinated by the fact that a piece of paper is your opportunity to get a job. So I think my strategy with this vlog today is for you to put yourself in the position of, say, somebody hiring you, a recruiter. I think that's a good start, okay? So from my perspective, somebody who is recruiting, somebody who has placed an ad, somebody who is getting so many resumes, like so many. How are you going to stand out in A, the email, and B, the resume? Because if you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous that in 2017, we are still trying to get jobs like this. Like, I'm fascinated by it. So my advice to people in my life, friends, people that I care for, family, when they're looking for a job, don't just apply just to get a job. Figure out where you want to work and then apply for that job. Even if there's no ad out, even if they're not hiring, you never know. It could be that day where they just fired Mary Sue and now they need a replacement. So that is a recommendation for sure. Look for where you want to work, okay? So a few things led me to this. I got an email the other day from a friend of a friend who is looking for a job. Now, this is a story of my life, literally. People know that I'm a recruiter. People know that I work with a lot of different physician clients. People know that I have a network of people. So, and the rumor is out there that if you need a job, call Sharon. Well, I like helping people, so I'm happy to do it. But if you are going to ask for my help, here's a few things that you should keep in mind. Number one, if it's going to be by email, it should certainly be something very gracious. Like, I would greatly appreciate your time because I know that it's valuable. I would love it if you could spend 5 minutes looking at my resume and giving me some tips. That would be wonderful. Now, if I went ahead and I got you a job, I'm thinking, or even an interview, not even a job, because you're not paying me, right? You should be very thankful. Just a TY text, thank you, something like that. That's always nice, right? But, commonly that's not what happens. And it's, a little disappointing. That whole, my belief in humanity and, being gracious is kind of shocking, but it's okay. I'm used to it. I didn't grow up that way. That's why I feel very differently about all of that. So I just read this email about this person who wants a job, but they don't want to do this, 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 and this. Okay, you're setting yourself up for failure, number one. And number two, if you don't want to do this, then what do you want to do? So if you're looking for somebody to help you and you know that they might be busy, my advice to you is to definitely list the things that you want to do to make it easier for me to help you. Just saying. Okay, the next thing, if you're going to write an email to get a job, say you just applied for something at Indeed, somebody wants to schedule, not even at the interview part. You're applying for something, you want to send your resume somewhere. In the subject line, would you please say something interesting? Would you please say something that makes me want to open your resume out of the 100 that I received an hour earlier? I promise you, if you put in the subject line, I am awesome, please open this, I will open it. And not just I will open it, but many other people will open it, because nobody has the courage to do something like that yourself from the masses. So that's why I said you should probably think about what it must be like for either an HR rep, a boss, a CEO, whoever's doing hiring at a company, a recruiter, that they are getting so many resumes. So I only have one piece of paper, right? I'm going to keep going back to that. To get a job, how am I going to stand out from the rest? So definitely want to put something interesting in the email. I would do a cover letter. I would keep it really short though, but I would get to the point quick. You know, why should you be hired for this? Why should you even get an interview? Say something that will separate you from the rest, right? And please, you know, like the normal, like I am detail oriented. Well, I hope so. Like that's not like a star quality, just so you know, because if you say you're detail oriented, then you flipping better be. So that means if you're detail oriented, then all the instructions that I give you in the ad, you should follow. 10 times out of 10, they're not followed. Okay, so the next tip I would say was like your resume has to be one page. Please don't send me more than one page. I don't care if you've had so many different careers. I don't care if you have to make the font a number 9. Make it small and make it one page. I'm not reading more than one page. I'm reading the top. The first thing I want to see is, are you a job hopper? Do you know what that means? That means if you like to test jobs. I worked here for a month, I worked there for 2 months, I worked there. If you did that, lie. I can't believe I'm telling you to lie, but I mean it. Like if it says that you've only worked in one place 1 month and the next place 1 month and the next place 1 month, guess what I think of you? Job tester, job hopper, and I won't even look at your resume. Won't even look at it. And I would say most people won't either. We're looking for some kind of loyalty. And if you have a break, I get this question a lot. What if you have a break in your resume, like you had a family member that was ill that you had to take care of? Well, like, be proud to state that in your resume. Like, I took time out to take care of my mom that was sick. Like, that's humanity, right? So don't, though, put that you were in jail. Because I've had that, okay? And guess who didn't get called for an interview that day? That's right. So I would say you really need to think about the person who's hiring. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to separate yourself? Because it's so crazy to think that it's just a piece of paper. How bad do you want a job? What are you willing to do to get a job? Really? If it was today, and I've said this a few times, and I was not going to work for myself anymore. It's not happening. But let's just say, okay, I would look for the company that I want to work for. I know where I would go. I'd be like, what's up, Mr. Bennick? What's going on? Need any help with that wellness district? How about you, Dr. K. Patel? Need any help building that amazing new college in Clearwater for DOs? That's what I would do. I would wow and value and give value and volunteer, intern, do stuff for free. I would do all of that. Like, you really have to want something in order to get it. You can't just half show up. You have to fully show up. So I would definitely just apply to places that I really liked the culture. I really liked the mission of the company. I liked their social media. I liked their website. They're charitable. They do good for the community that I live in. All of that's important. But if you're just going to go and look for a job, be clear on your resume. You know, try not to say the same cliche things that everybody else is saying. And if you have an interview, for sure you want to send a follow-up. Thank you for meeting with me. Thank you for spending the time. If there's anything I can do to assure that you want me to have this job, please let me know. Something, right? A follow-up is always good. And I try to follow up with everybody that I've met with. I can't say 100% of the time that I've done a good job at that, but I really do my best. I really do, because I know it's not fair too. So if you haven't heard back from somebody who's hiring, follow up. Follow up. Call, email, do whatever you got to do. And always be gracious. Always be thankful. Always be kind. Even if it's too much. Send the emoji smiley face. Do it up, girl. So those are my tips to get your dream job. I had a very good interview this morning, and I will give you the last piece of advice. Talk during the interview. I'm going to sit with that for a second with you. That's right. You want to talk. I'm here to listen. I will ask you a question, and then I want you to talk. Just keep talking. But like, keep talking. If I have to pull things out of you, it's not good. Like, because there's a level of confidence that we're looking for, especially a recruiter, because in my world, in the medical world, I know that I'm bringing you to a physician or an administrator or a CEO. So you have to show confidence by speaking about your abilities and your career and your personal values and loyalty and all that good stuff. So speak, my friends, speak up. You only have one shot. It's a great Eminem song. You only have one shot. Do not miss your chance, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So with that, have a great night. Ciao.